Nathan's combat class with Jason had turned dangerous. Nathan never backed out of a fight, but today was personal.
One day, I'll make your father my slave and piss on him.
And that was when Nathan lost his cool. Little did Nathan know, it was a fatal mistake.
Headmaster, stop the duel! Nathan, yield, please! I yield.
Not enough for me.
The crowd went absolutely wild at the shocking news. Hundreds raced towards the betting stalls and argued with one another. Thousands more whispered about the unexpected turn of events.
What the hell is going on? Who would dare to challenge House Raven?
Whoever they are, they must be courting death.
Whatever the case may be, this fight is going to be awesome. Out of all the powerful houses in the fiefdom, who would have the guts to challenge House Raven for its lands and title? Certainly not the Lightstones, right? But they're the only house that could pull it off.
Despite the host's best efforts, he could not turn the crowd's attention back onto himself. After all, no one had challenged one of the three high house families in over 100 years. The high houses were simply far more powerful than any of the other houses of the land. The three high lords of the fiefdom had initially acted aloof during the ceremony, but now they all gazed at one another. The High Lord Raven's teeth gritted as he suppressed a grimace and forced himself to act not the least bit concerned by the news. Remus scanned the other High Lords' faces. High Lord Hale looked relieved that his own family had avoided such a challenge, while the High Lord Lightstone appeared much too placid to have offered up the challenge. Remus's hands balled into fists as he sat there, stewing.
If it's not an attack from another High Lord, then what is this? What weak scoundrel had the gall to threaten my great house?
Finally, the crowd calmed enough for the host's words to carry out across the stadium. And the High House Raven's challenger is none other than House Hayfield. In an instant, Remus's eyes shot up toward the Hayfield family. If looks could kill, the family would have been struck down on the spot. Instead, Nathan confidently matched the furious lord's gaze. Instantly, the crowd's opinion of the Hayfield family changed. People scratched their heads and spoke neutrally, somewhat puzzled by what had just happened.
So the Hayfields gave up their own title just so they could challenge the Ravens? That's just insane, though. A truly wild gamble. They know that nobles die in these duels, don't they? House Raven will tear them to bits. Ha! They're geniuses. Good on House Hayfield. At first, it seemed like they'd given up the fight against their mortal enemies, and now it appears they're prepared to face them head-on. Wow. Go House Hayfield! What a courageous challenge! Who doesn't love an underdog story, huh? Rumor has it that House Raven runs their lands cruelly without mercy. If only the Hayfields could overcome them, then many common folks would have cause to celebrate.
In the kingdom of Calandria, the people valued heroism and bravery above all else. Regardless of the end results, the Hayfields had won the admiration and respect of the people already. Despite the fact that there were few in the stadium who wished for House Raven to succeed, many more suspected it was ultimately inevitable. So they took their time to relish this moment when the High Lord Raven's power was openly challenged. The High Lord Raven's face scrunched up as he looked away from Nathan and grimaced at his family members.
How preposterous! To think that some of these peasants actually believe that the Hayfields could defeat us. How has House Raven's standing fallen so low? It's good, then, that this challenge gives us an opportunity to remind them of why they must lower their heads in our presence.
Members of House Raven cheered him as the High Lord Raven turned back to the Hayfield family. Further up in the stands, Ulrich hugged Nathan as Amelia laughed in delight. Remus's eyes narrowed.
Enjoy it while you can, you foolish weaklings, for once the duels begin, even your dumb luck and bravery can't save you from my family's sheer power.
Hundreds of family members and attendants of House Raven all shared their lord's gaze. They were hungry to put down this upstart family that dared to threaten their status and power. The host had grown more and more agitated as the crowd's attention wandered from him. Now he clapped louder than ever before, determined to finish his speech. One final note. Should House Raven fail to defend its title, the family would be stripped of all their lands and treated as commoners, just as if a typical noble house were challenged. The High Lord Raven sneered as he shouted at the host. I understand the rules. Move on. Clearly, the Duke's representative was dragging this on to further poke fun at House Raven's misfortune. The host smiled as he nodded his head. Very well, then. At this time, I offer all noble houses an opportunity to speak. They may reach a verbal agreement with their opposition or declare their desire for bloodshed. If no deals are struck, then the challenges shall be fought through duels. House Raven, you may begin. Remus Raven was already striding out toward the middle of the field. Everyone in the crowd grew silent once more as the powerful lord stood in front of the host and addressed the stadium. His sharp eyes lingered in the Hayfield family's direction as he spoke with a puffed-up chest. Before this moment, I barely knew the puny little Hayfield house even existed. I never expected them to challenge my illustrious house, and yet, here we are. So I hereby declare in front of the citizens of Godric's Land that whoever my opponent is, my house will crush them in combat. They will rue the day they sought to harm us as we break their bones and turn their bodies into ash. Prideful shouts echoed out from the stands where House Raven sat. Remis Raven glanced up at Ulrich and Nathan before stepping aside and heading back toward the stands. It was now time for the Hayfields to respond. Nathan frowned as Ulrich fumbled with a piece of parchment in his hands. It was obvious that Ulrich didn't know what to say. Heavens help us! I only had a speech prepared to defend our claim against the Cranes, not launch a retort at the High Lord Raven himself. Nathan put a comforting hand on his father's shoulder. It's okay, Father. Let me go. I can speak for our house, if you'll permit it. Slowly, Ulrich nodded his head. Nathan stood and walked through the stands down to the dueling grounds. His nonchalant expression and slow, purposeful steps sharply contrasted with Remus's furiously quick movements. As Nathan took his place in the center of the field in front of tens of thousands of faces, he took a quick breath and grinned as he addressed the crowd. Friends, enemies, countrymen, I think you know as well as I do that the reign of House Raven has done us all no good. It's obvious my house has weakened over the years. That much is true. But it matters not how many blades one has on one's belt if one lacks the skill to wield them. I'll not sit back and let the High Lord Raven's mischief cause my family's downfall. If he wishes to steal our land, to bully us, to continue to call us weak, then let him prove it on the battlefield. With a great flourish, Nathan drew his sword and pointed it up toward the heavens. Nathan smiled as the sun shined down upon him, and the crowd went wild, shouting and cheering louder than they ever had before.
Please subscribe to the Pocket FM YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notification. Check out our channel for more such exciting shows.